Today we're going to be talking about Mass Effect Andromeda. This game has come under a lot of criticism since its release almost a month ago, and for good reason. People were hyped for this game following the run of the original trilogy, and were utterly let down by what we got. Now, is Andromeda a complete piece of shit? Is it a terrible game like a lot of people have been ranting on about since its release? Well, that's what I'm gonna talk about today. So let's see, did Mass Effect Andromeda flop or not? It's well known by everybody that the issues plaguing Mass Effect from actually being a good game is shit like the facial animations. That has been the biggest complaint so far. It was pretty bad before they released the patch 2 weeks ago, but even with the patch, the facial animations don't have much considerable change. I mean, look at this clip, for example.
Building connection. I apologize for any discomfort. The system seems unstable.
This what happened when my dad tried doing this?
I mean, who the fuck at BioWare looked at this and thought, yeah, this is great work, guys, great job. You deserve a pat on the back, ship this out. I mean, another thing that bugged me were some of the graphics. Now, I wasn't playing on the highest settings, but look at this shit.
What?
You said a lot of people had their hope.
What the fuck? He just pops out of nowhere? Shit bugs me. I mean, I didn't get too many graphical issues during my gameplay. There were some times where it really stood out, but it could have been slightly improved on. The story. Now, the plot on this game isn't terrible, but they could have worked on the delivery a little better. I appreciate the fact that this is like one of the only games that I can think of where you actually visit Andromeda, the galaxy closest to ours, but they could have expanded more on the central ideas to the story. I mean, pretty much, you play as Shepard's retarded half-brother, Ryder, who isn't good enough for his own game in the Milky Way galaxy, so they ship his lame ass off to the Andromeda galaxy and he sleeps for 600 years. You finally wake up, but uh-oh, things go predictably wrong and it turns out the new world is fucked. So then you crash land on the planet and find the Ket. Now these guys are pretty cool villains. I mean, they're very original. I mean, these guys take other species, get this, and pretty much turn them against their own kind. It's not like it was done before, right? And their big bad boss, the Archon, needs to find the Meridian, a device created by an extinct race. And wait a minute here. What the? Of course, on the new worlds you explore, you find these large structures built by an advanced extinct species, and whoa, what the fuck is this? This game is pretty much just Mass Effect 1 in a nutshell. Yeah, I mean, the story is similar to Mass Effect 1, but if you think about it, it just uses too many subplots from the first 3 games. It doesn't feel that unique. I mean, generic bad guys looking for a generic device created by a generic extinct civilization to wipe out all their enemies. I mean, how more cliched can you get? Mass Effect Andromeda does a good job of just blasting the player with loads of monotonous bullshit to add more content to the game. Especially when you visit the planets. I mean, look at this shit. Look how cluttered my fucking map was with all these quest markers. It's ridiculous. Now, when I was doing a lot of these side quests on EOS, specifically, I was getting really fucking fed up with the game at that point. I kept getting loading bugs where I had to turn the game off, load back in, wouldn't load, so turn the game off, load back in until it was fixed. I would finish a quest, but the markers were still on the fucking screen, so I kept going back and forth like an idiot, wasting my time. And after wasting 4 hours doing repetitive bullshit on the planet, I was so close to calling it quits and stop playing Andromeda because the game just turned me off so badly that night. And I gotta give it a hand. I've hardly played a game that made me feel that way. I also love that you can make your character look like a fucking idiot, and he's the first species from a different galaxy the Angara will meet. This goofy looking motherfucker is the first representative of a species outside of a different galaxy. It's ridiculous. the multiplayer is the exact same as it was in Mass Effect 3, just a horde mode. I never even bothered playing the multiplayer because I didn't want to waste my time on it. I was kind of hoping that with this new game, they would have maybe given us different multiplayer options, like maybe a team deathmatch, or just something where you can play against your friends, but no, they're just giving us the same old shit from Mass Effect 3. And I didn't completely hate the horde mode. It can be fun if you play with your buddies. It's just that's all we fucking got. They could have put a little more effort into giving us more variety there. I don't have a lot of good things to say about the game. And it's really hard because I am looking for something good to give it. Yeah, the combat's fun. I liked how they revamped the combat system and made it more fluid and dynamic. There's a more variety of weapons you can use as well. You can switch around abilities and classes so you're not locked into one thing the entire game, and that was also great because it gives you more opportunity to explore what playstyle or how you want to move around. But the combat system is probably one of the only saving graces this game has from making it not completely suck dick. The overall consensus on Mass Effect Andromeda is that it's just a disappointment. It didn't impress. It wasn't what many people were asking for. I mean, it's like ordering a pepperoni pizza from Domino's only to have them forget the pepperoni and then throw the cheese on your fucking car window. Now, it just is a shame because I love the Mass Effect series. And I want to say good things about the game, but it's hard for me to do that when I just wasn't very impressed. I just found it pretty mediocre, pretty average, and that's what Andromeda is. It's an average game. This game should have blown everybody's dicks off to the moon and back, but we didn't get that. Instead, we just got your average run-of-the-mill shooter. I'm really hoping that BioWare will learn the lessons that they got from this horrendous launch and implement those on a second game if they plan on making Andromeda 2. I mean, hell, people gave Mass Effect 1 a lot of shit when that came out, but it improved greatly by the second game. Maybe we'll see the same thing happen here, and that's what I'm hoping for. I would give this game about a 6 out of 10, so if you ask me, I would say the game flopped. That's all I really gotta say about Andromeda. Fuck you, BioWare. Do a better job next time. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.